The business is called Trenant. We have been in business for 12 years. We are in the health and wellness space. And we have just under 30 products, and that is on purpose. We are very purposeful with what we put out there, and all of our products work very synergistically with each other. So I'm going to give you some categories. If you're looking for better sleep at night, more energy during the day, weight loss, gut health, reduced inflammation throughout your body, collagen, obviously, for hair, skin, and nails. We've launched some new products, which we'll look at in the PowerPoint. We are 100% clean, everybody. That is a huge differentiator from the majority of the
Yeah.
the other companies in
she's
this
looking for
space.
No,
But
no,
you can
she's
see on the screen a few pictures. The most common question I get, and I'm a layperson. I've never done network marketing. I will get into what I do a little bit further on, but briefly, I'm vice president of marketing for Pella Windows and Doors. And I come from the corporate world, and many of you were invited to learn about how to do this when you do have a full-time job. Or can you ask an executive about this? Do you have the confidence to do that? Oh my gosh, yes. But what I will tell you, it doesn't matter that I'm an executive in a different industry. I'm learning a new industry just like all of you who are invited onto this. So one of the things I remember, my most common, even today, the most common question I get is, are these products FDA approved? And I'm like, oh, that's a really good question. But then it was like, no, that stands for the Food and Drug Administration. And supplements are just a fancy word for vitamins. So whether you get them at GNC, Whole Foods, your food store, Costco, Sam's, they're not FDA approved. They're all supplements. So we have a third-party organization that does that for us, and they are all CGMP certified. And so that is verifying every single one of our products does not have heavy metal, lead, toxins, mold. There's no paraben, synthetics, fillers. We're soy-free, gluten-free, GMO-free. I will tell you, you don't even realize just the coffee you're drinking, how hard it is to find a mold-free coffee. It's just that we're lay people, so we don't even know about that. So we are CGMP certified, and to provide that peace of mind for you. This is our scientific advisory board. We are, and there's just a few members of it. We're super proud of this board. And all of our products are a proprietary blend just to us. And many people in this space, well, almost all of them in this space, they don't have a scientific advisory board. They either don't want one or they don't want to pay for one. And so what they do is they buy other people's products, put them in their packaging, and then jack up the price. Here, everything is formulated just for us. Most of these products are high impact. And so we tell you should try everything for 90 days. We're a human body, okay? It takes time. But what I mean by high impact, some of these products you could drink if you're looking for energy, and within 30 to 45 minutes, you are going to feel amazing. It's high impact. You're going to start to feel the effects of that. Some of the high impact will take 90 days. That's still a high impact product, okay? You know what? I wrote this in my notes because this is something I always tell people. Don't answer out loud, but I want you to think to yourself for a second. What is the most expensive product you've purchased? Okay. What's the most expensive product you've purchased? It's the one you didn't use. It didn't work, right? How many times you go to Target or you're watching an infomercial and you get caught in the moment and you buy something and it didn't work, right? We've all done it. This also comes with a transparency promise. What does that mean? Here's one of our products. You have your normal nutrition label. The FDA requires obviously the ingredients to be on the label, but did you all know that if any ingredient represents less than 2% of the entire product, it does not have to be on the label? So I literally want you to Google someday a Twinkie because they're FDA approved. But then Google how many ingredients represent less than 2% of the Twinkie, and you're going to see a whole host of additional ingredients that are going to scare you, if you can even pronounce them, quite honestly. Okay, so our transparency promise is that we are going to show you every single ingredient right down to the last drop. And so you will see a little asterisk on some of the nutrition labels, and that is because that ingredient is in there but represents less than 2% of the product. I'm going to give an example. Something might have the asterisk and it's milk. Now, we don't legally have to put that on the label. So technically, if you were lactose intolerant or dairy intolerant, you might have a reaction and you're not understanding why, because the FDA is not requiring we put milk on there. Okay, but we will put every drop right down to water on our nutrition label. That is our transparency promise. So while we're here to talk about the business tonight, I do think it's important to talk about a couple products. I mean, I'm super passionate about the products. This is our number one selling product, and it represents approximately 75% of all of our sales, commission, and revenue. It is called our Daily Health System. This is Trinant's solution to the injection craze for weight loss. We are the first to come out with something that tackled that. So there's two pieces to this. You can see our drink. It's called Activate. There are 5 metabolic markers. When you go to the doctor, that's what they're checking, right? They take your blood pressure, you give a urine sample, they take your blood to check for blood sugar levels, your cholesterol, and they weigh you or they measure your waistline. Those are your 5 metabolic markers, okay? The Activate supports 4 of those 5. This is all plant-based. What you're seeing here, the drink is a delicious drink. It tastes like a sweet tart. And what it does when you drink it, it instantly has your intestines secrete your own GLP-1. So of course, those semaglutides, that's what they're doing. They're mimicking in an artificial, manufactured, synthetic way, right? To feel full or satisfied or not want to eat. And it comes with a host of possible side effects, or you're under a doctor's care. This is our solution to a clean, plant-based way to do that. But not only does it activate our own GLP-1, which is the hormone that makes us feel full naturally, and as we age, we tend to have less of it, it also helps us activate our own AMPK. 4 letters, AMPK. That's a protein that we actually, when we exercise, we create that more of that protein in our body. The Activate actually is helping us create AMPK. Now, I'm not telling you not to go to the gym, but it helps do that. And AMPK is like a little Pac-Man eating visceral fat. So what this does is this proprietary blend of fruits and vegetables is helping support blood pressure. It is helping support your triglycerides because it's eating that visceral fat. This system is part of what I took that helped support my 66-pound weight loss. And some of you on here who are the inviters of You Guess met me 2 years ago when I weighed 172 pounds. So it's pretty exciting. Let me make sure I'm not. So I mentioned we're the first plant-based competitor. the one thing, like you hear Oprah, J-Lo, Kim Kardashian talking about the semaglutides. I want you all to understand. And again, I'm not here to judge because I started with that before this ever even was invented. I was so desperate to lose weight. I tell everybody the truth. I did it. Um, I was one of those where I felt like I was going to throw up every second of the day. And that's why I don't drink a lot of liquor. I don't want to voluntarily feel like throwing up, quite honestly. And I didn't learn a lot when I did it. I just jumped into it because my son was getting married. But I've since learned so much, and 50% of that weight loss is actually muscle loss. With our product, not only is it not degrading your muscle, it's actually promoting muscle growth. Okay, so that's the drink that does 4 of our metabolic markers, supports the cholesterol, triglycerides, your visceral fat, and your blood pressure. And then the enzyme here are Transform. It's a plant-based fat burner. So it's not like a hydroxy cut where it's going to make you shaky, crabby, you don't like yourself, nauseous. Gives you great energy, but it is also an enzyme that is converting 50 to 90% of the carbs when you're eating bread, pizza, pasta. That turns into a fuel, but the extra fuel, I'm giving you the Penny version from Big Bang Theory, not the Sheldon version. It turns into fuel, and the excess fuel becomes fat. Well, this enzyme is converting that sugar to a prebiotic soluble fiber. It's the most crazy thing. It's got a patent pending, clinical studies. I'll just say big companies are trying to get our formulation that we will not be selling it to big food companies. Who's that pretty lady that we all recognize right there? That is our Tina Joy Carroll. Many of you know her. This is reflecting, I believe, from my notes, a 45-pound weight loss. Chime in if that is inaccurate. And that was with our daily health system. And then you can see my Red Diamond leader, Sanara. This is 8 weeks for Sanara. You want to know the craziest thing when you look at this for Sanara? She did not lose any weight in this 8 weeks. Did you hear what I just said? No weight. She is a workout queen. She does CrossFit. She gets up every day and goes to the gym except for the weekends. She didn't change what she eats. She just took the daily health system consistently for 8 weeks. I just think that's incredible. I wish I would have done before and after pictures, but I couldn't. I was so ashamed of myself. Honestly, I couldn't look at myself. We have plenty of men doing the same thing. Look at some of these transformations here. So here is we have 3 brand new products that just came out 3 weeks ago, and one is creatine. And I know when this got announced, the first thing I thought of were bodybuilders or people doing fitness shows. That's what I think of when I hear creatine, because I was uneducated. Everybody, male and female, needs creatine. Even if the furthest you go is to my mailbox, you need creatine, okay? You actually can take 5 to 10 milligrams of creatine in a day. You want to split it. You don't want it in one sitting. Our 1 scoop is 3 milligrams. So you could do it twice a day. The container says once. Creatine supports your muscles and the recovery. That's why athletes take it. It's very important in their regimen. Why should the rest of us be taking it? We should every day be supporting our bone density, our muscles. And why is ours different? Because, again, plant-based, not synthetic or manufactured, okay? It's quick absorption, and it has 2 extra ingredients in it that help with 3 things. Cognitive health, supports cognitive health, memory, and focus. And those are very different things. Okay, so the cognitive health is over time. So that's where I'm saying you got to be on things for 90 days, 120 days. But literally the sage extract in it instantly helps you with your memory and your focus. Comes unflavored and in orange. It is actually the most heavily studied supplement that exists is creatine. It's so important. Next is our clear whey protein powder. When you think of protein powder, it still comes in a package like this, but we think of it as chalky. We put it in our blender cup, our Vitamix, add our fruit. This is, as the picture shows, completely clear. It's strawberry and it is delicious to the point I have to stop drinking it because I'm so full. I feel like I'm Oprah back when she did Slim Fast and she did her liquid diet because it is so good and I don't drink enough water and we should all be drinking at half our body weight in water. And this is an easy way to get your water in, but it's 20 grams of protein, which is why I keep feeling so full. It's very satiating. Protein actually helps your metabolism as well, and it's only 90 calories. So you absolutely can put a scoop of this with your other, if you're on Nourish or whatever protein powder you're using, you can blend it that way or just with water or with our Activate because everything works synergistically with each other. The other thing is anybody doing the daily health system or anybody who might be on the semaglutides. Our daily health system is a nice support to the semaglutide. It's also when you're finished with the semaglutide, it's a tool. So is the Clear and the Clear Plus protein because it helps you just stay fuller. So if you drink a glass of water with this in it before you eat, I promise you, you're going to eat even less and you're going to desire less. You won't crave as much. The Clear Plus, that is 120 milligrams of a clean, green, natural caffeine. Great energy. So that one you might want to use in the morning, the scoop in the morning. And the most exciting one to me, because I am in menopause, is our new For Her. We're saying menopause is mandatory, symptoms are optional. If you are in perimenopause or menopause, this is amazing. We say be on it at least 14 days. Again, it's plant-based, it's the natural human body. It takes time, but you will find relief of hot flashes, night sweats, your mood swings, sleeplessness. I'm not saying the last one. You can read it for yourself. Libido. There are 103 symptoms that are tied to perimenopause and menopause. And I've been on it now for 3.5 weeks. And my personal story is I was on a hormone patch. And even after insurance, it was $352. And it was to relieve all those symptoms because I had a radical hysterectomy several years ago. I'm off my patches. And this is doing the job for $64 and it's clean, plant-based. Love it. And my sleep has not been better. I'm a bad sleeper and I'm only getting up once a night now to go to the bathroom. So if you're not sleeping well, this is also helping. It's hormone-free, estrogen-free, clinically proven to mitigate these symptoms. Next, we have a beautiful Facebook group that you can join. It is called Look Good, Feel Good. This is beautiful. There are testimonials. Look at, and this is an older screenshot, 4,600 members. So when you say, oh, I got to try it first, 4,600 people are trying it for you. And you might not have psoriasis, but someone else does. And you wouldn't want to not know about these products or share these products with someone who might have something you don't have. So this beautiful Facebook group shows before and after pictures and testimonials, and you can plug in anything in that little magnifying glass there that you want. I don't care if it's migraine, gut issues, thinning hair, whatever it is. There it is for you. It's very helpful. All right, now we're going to move to the money. Now we're going to move to why we're here. So obviously it's a presentation to speak about the business and the income. we monetize our phone, okay? And I don't know, depending how old you are, I got to be honest, I still like working from my computer the best, so it's both. But 100% of this business can be done on this phone, okay? I got to put on my readers to see my little notes here. All the apps are there, everything you need, JPEGs, graphics, videos, all the training you can want in the whole wide world is in this app. We don't carry inventory. We don't have parties. Everything is with your online store. So just like Target.com, you go there and you put things in your shopping cart, you check out. Your associate that you're a customer of didn't have to do anything. Your customer just shopped at Target or shopped at Trinont.com / Gina Della, whoever you are watching this. Super, super easy. Now let's talk about what kind of money, because this is why I'm doing this comes in. I just had to move you all over. We meet you where you are at. Hear my heart when I say that. You're all from different backgrounds. You're all different ages. You all have different lives, okay? I am a 60-year-old executive. My needs or wants in this are very different than my 29-year-old son, who, when he got into it, was 27, not yet married. My other son still didn't have his first baby. We all are at a different place, okay? So, first of all, you deserve to be led by leaders paving the way. Your team matters. The top two teams in all of Trinont are Tina Joy Carroll's, Red Diamond Tina Joy Carroll, and Red Diamond Sonara. Okay? And that's everyone on this call. We are so gosh darn lucky. It's not even, sometimes I wrote to someone, you're never a prophet in your own land. Because those of you who get Tina every minute have no idea how great Tina is. When you get Sarah every minute, you have no idea. Haley, you have no idea, because we're just used to what we have, right? So Sonara was the fastest Red Diamond ever in the company history. She's a mover and a shaker. We all have systems to plug into. It's like free college. I don't know what you spent on college. I was on the 5-year plan. We have had unparalleled success. So all of you that are new to the industry like me, I didn't even know what network marketing. I only heard of multi-level. For the 99% of the full-time day jobs like me, there's pure training. You could literally train 24/7 the entire year. There's so much amazing training. I promise you. And then it's for those wanting 6 figures. Do you want $500 a month? Do you need to pay for daycare, for diapers, for gas, for cable? Are you saving for a Disney vacation? What is it? Do you need 1,000, 2,000, 3,000? I asked, can you make 6 figures in your first year? And Sonara said, if you do what I tell you to do, you can. Well, when you reach up to where you want to be, just if you ask, do it. So in my first year, it wasn't a full 12 months, I made 6 figures. Last year, in 2024, my first full year, I almost made double 6 figures in Trinont, alongside my 50 to 65 hour a week job, okay? Generational wealth. I got to see if so this is where I tell you about me. So generational wealth. So me, vice president of marketing for Pella. It's $130 million company here in Wisconsin. I want you to understand, I never can understand excuses when people say I'm too busy, or, well, I would never know how to do that. Because when you went to the first day at whatever job you were at, did you know how to do it? Did you then a week later feel better at it? 2 weeks later, 3 weeks later? And when you saw your job description, did it say the 8,950 things you do in your job every day? Of course not, right? And so for me, I oversee all of the millions of dollars of marketing. I have to go decide where it all goes. Then I am the face of the company and the voice. So I'm making the TV commercials. I'm making the radio spots. I am on billboards. I have a radio show. So then you say, so super busy. And then, and it sounds fun, and it is fun. At night, I go to galas or I have to go to sporting events because these people are my endorsers, these athletes, all these fancy people. But it's almost every night and it's all day. So I could say I'm too busy, but I don't know about all of you. The people I know in my life, and I want you to reflect right now, that are the busiest, are they the most successful? Because they just can't sit down. I cannot sit down and watch Landman with my husband without folding laundry. I'm not just going to sit there. I cannot do it. That's just so I don't understand the busy part. And the other part is every day when you go to work, you get to talk, you have more opportunities to talk about Trinont. You have more people to see and talk about, and they watch your journey. I just love everything about it. How do I fit this into my day? I'll give you a perfect example. I've already told my team, like we have had all our Wednesdays set out every month. So I send a meeting invite. So it's blocked, right? I bet in a week you get all your other things done, right? If you really want it, you get it. Yesterday I did a live. How did I do it in the middle of the workday? I was at ESPN offices all day. It was during a lunch break. I asked if I could borrow a conference room and do a live for 30 minutes. If you want it, you can figure it out, I promise. All right, how do we get paid? We get paid in two ways. You can earn money both ways or just one of the sides if it caters to your strength. So obviously you have well, not obviously, you don't know that. You get an online store. So people are going to shop from your website. What I want everyone to understand is at Pella, we pay $1 million a year to our digital provider for our website and our online store a year. And I'm hoping to pass up my Pella Pay this year with Trinont. So wait till you hear what you all get when we get to the bundles. So you earn two ways. Your customer just goes to your website. How do they know about your website? Make it easy. Trinont.com/ whatever your name is, first and last name. It's easy. And market it through social media. Oh, you don't do social media. I'm going to overcome all your objections right away because I never did social media. You would think I would with Pella. I never did social media. I never got stuck down the rabbit hole of Facebook or Instagram. But when Sonara said I needed to do that, I'm like, why am I not doing more of that for Pella? It's worked for both my jobs, actually, Trinont and Pella. So I just learned to go onto Facebook, and it was crazy the results you get. And we'll teach you all how to do that, okay? All the different ways with social media. But you can text, there's one-on-one conversations, there's so many ways that we help you with, I promise. You earn $7 or $10 on every product sold, but out of all of our line, there's only 2 products that you'll get 7. The rest are 10. So you can see here, we're showing an example. If you had 10 customers and they were on that daily health system I showed you, and then their take our Enrich, our digestive enzyme, which is absolutely a non-negotiable. When you learn about it, you'll be like, oh my God, I need that. And it's the most powerful trio. It's also a massive weight loss trio. So if you have 10 customers buying those 3 things, right? It's $30 a customer you just made times 10 customers. That would be $300 a month. Do each one of you know at least 10 people that said, I got to lose weight? I mean, we probably could list 100 people we know that have said, I want to lose weight. And summer's coming. Okay. So our second way is our team bonus. That's your sales team. That is where you earn the bonus off of the productivity of the people below you from their customers. So this is where some of you might be saying, there it is. There's that multi-level. There's that pyramid scheme. Let's just talk about that quickly. Let's look at the pyramid. I want you right now to think about where you work. If you don't work, where does your spouse work or your kids work or someone works or you used to work, okay? There's an org chart. There's the top of the org chart, right? The owner of the company. And then everybody underneath him. None of us, we're all in a multi-level company. We all work for the owner, unless you are the owner of the company. And what I love about Trinont is we don't make any money unless we help you make money. Most companies, we just have to make the people at the top the money, right? So you earn money off of the $7 and $10 commissions. Here's my notes. So when you're thinking, I don't know a lot of people, or I don't have a big social, presence, you're thinking, I don't know a lot of people, I'm very busy, and I'm not on social media. I promise you, we help you. We customize to what your personality is, okay? But here's an example coming up of someone who said, I could never do it. I'm too old. I don't even know how social media works. This is Connie. She's 80. She's 80. So when her person asked her to join Trinont, she's retired, she's spunky, she's young-minded. She just felt like she'd have a great time at this. And she really does have a huge network, those retired ladies. And so when she talked about it, she said, I don't know how to do social media. I don't know a lot of people. And she said, tons of people at your retirement community. Look at her nails. You get your nails done. You get your hair done. She has short hair. She's going regularly. And so she ended up saying, you're right. Learning how she was shown, here's an example of what your online store would look like. All you have to do is show your friends your little link and they pick whatever they want and the order will ship directly to them. Or if they're looking to make extra money, this is actually 80-year-old Connie's little team. So she first brought on her hairdresser and her nail person. Oh no, hairdresser, nail person, and her friend who's a retired teacher. But we're talking about Jade here. So Jade is, you can see the first rank, okay? And you only need to have 2 people on your team to become a Jade. You personally would sponsor her nail person and her retired teacher friend, okay? And then that group volume, the GV, is made up of whatever everybody's doing. In this case, at first, her nail tech, hairdresser, retired teacher. It all builds up, okay? She did bring on her husband. I have to look at my notes about Connie. She brought on her husband, Carl, because what's beautiful about this business, we are the only network marketing company that lets you bring on your family. Everywhere else, you would be dismissed. Okay. So she brought on Carl as one person for one of her legs, her personally sponsored leg here. And then I can't remember if it was her hairdresser who was second. Okay. Now we're going to go. And then Carl, her husband, is a Pearl Pro. So he is making every month $700. And Connie is a Ruby Pro today. So this was 18 months ago. Today, her husband Carl's making $700 as a Pearl Pro, and today as a Ruby Pro, she is making $2,200. She also, you saw her standing by that Jeep. She also has earned the Jeep stipend, and I'll tell you that in a second. at $500 a month. Okay. So there's two exciting bonuses we have. One is Run to Jade. And that is if you're open to building the team. So we have a pathway so that you can earn, excuse me, $1,000 in your first month, your first 30 days. So it doesn't matter what day of the month you join. Today's April 9th, you have until May 9th. Okay. And it's the average payout for sales. So whatever you're selling, you get your commission. You get your $250 Jade bonus. That's if you get to Jade in your first 30 days. And if you do it in your first 30 days, you get a $500 bonus. I don't know where you work, but you get an option to get a $500 bonus. So how does it work? You need to enroll as a Nutranon associate, and then you need to rank to the Jade in 30 days, which means getting 2 personal people on your team. And then you need 1,300 in volume, which we'll talk about, and you'll earn your bonus. After you hit Jade, now you have all these other months. We're all in the business now. Most of us who are invited you here, our Jades are higher. At work, do you have the opportunity to earn a bonus every single solitary month? Because here at Trinot, we can now earn, because we've already earned the $500 Jade bonus, now we get to earn $500 every single month, $6,000 a year in bonuses. That is over the commission you make on your products. That's over the rank bonus. That's in addition to the Jeep. And all you need to do in a given month is have 7 new customers and or team members, a combination of the two. Okay. And then you would need to put in 25 points worth of volume, which again, that we're not going to get into the weeds. We'll teach you that. There's a few little minor minimum requirements. And every month you can earn a $500 bonus. I guarantee you, like my hair grew back from the glow. I spent over $10,000 going to a place called Restore in Chicago, which is an hour and a half from here. So desperate to get my hair back and nothing would work. Do you know how many people I sell glow to because they watched me not have hair and now I have hair? So think of all that repeat business, okay? Here's an example of a pathway, 120-day plan. How can you make $4,400 in 3 months? Get your Run to Jade bonus in your first 30 days. Now I'm going to give you an idea of how, depending who you are, and you'll learn these different gems, jade, pearl, ruby, all the different things. Full-time, never did network marketing. When I started, Sonara was only 8 weeks old in the business, so she was still trying to learn it. And I'm just going to study on myself for myself. That's just who I am. Within 48 hours, I was a jade. Within 10 days, I was an opal. By the end of my first month, I was a pearl. So I had far exceeded that, right? And then your team's growing. It wasn't all me. It was then I brought on people, they brought on people because they're excited to have this opportunity. So you Run to Jade, you get your $500 bonus. You earn the Jeep bonus 4 months in a row at $350 for $1,400. You've been a Jade for 4 months in a row, and I'm pretty sure you'll get past a Jade in 4 months, but a Jade at 4 months in a row is 1,000. And then each month you hit that accelerator bonus. You got 7 combination of customers and team members, and that's another $1,500. Let me tell you, when this was in front of me starting, I'm like, wait, I can get all those bonuses. I had it all done. I just did it because I'm very money motivated. Here is actually Hani's team. And this is showing how we do build in a very unique way compared to any other network marketing company. We only need 3 lines of business to grow. 2 to become the Jade, and then after Jade to be opal and all the way up, you need 1 more line of business. So here's where you can bring in your husband, your wife, your partner, adult children, sister, brother, whoever you want as your top three. So in Connie's case, she brought her husband, Carl, her hairdresser, and her nail tech. And then her retired teacher friend, because she already had her three, has to be placed under one of those. So she placed her retired teacher friend under her husband, Carl. You can see everybody needs 3 lines of business. So those green ones represent their 3. The purple represent their 3. That's all it takes. Okay. Now we talked about how unique it is with your family. This is actually Sanara's situation. This is literally her scenario. Patrick's her husband. I'm actually on leg 1 of Patrick. See how you see the green, the purple, and then the yellow bursts? I am so far down. I'm probably a turquoise triangle by the time you find me way below there. You never know who's going to be your diamond in the rough or whoever's going to come up. I am ranked a diamond in Trinant. I did that in 13 months. I am on Patrick's leg 1. Okay. So she brought on Dylan. Her son at the time was 21. She brought on Daniel at the time was 18. Okay. Patrick, Dylan, and Daniel aren't really doing the business. She recruited as if she was them. So now Sanara's got to really recruit to build each of those 3 legs, because Patrick, Dylan, and Daniel aren't going to do it. She's building a legacy for her family. So now she gives them each their 3. Sanara did all that. And then teaches those 3 how to grow their team, like we're going to teach you. But I want you to see the real numbers here. This is so crazy. 2 years, 3 months into Sanara doing this business. Let's go to this one. I think it's here. Yeah. This is crazy money. So I'm a diamond. I get $17,000 a month. Okay. Plus Pella. I do it all while I work Pella. Patrick is a diamond. So just my points, diamond points, are helping Patrick's. Think of how this all can grow. She's got 7,048 people in her organization. She doesn't know all those people. She doesn't know the people I've brought in, the 2,800 people I've brought in. We don't know all those people. It's how it blossoms. Patrick gets a $500 Jeep bonus. Dylan, 2 years and 3 months later, is a diamond at $17,000 a month. And Daniel, who is a senior at UW-Madison, is an elite or Emerald Elite at 11,000, and they all drive Jeeps. So first I want to tell you what their 1099s were. Dylan is now 24 years old, has a full-time job in commercial real estate, and his Trinant 1099 as a child, because she's building a legacy, is $150,000 last year. And Daniel was $95,000 as a senior. Now, rewards, action takers are rewarded. So what I'm going to say about this is Sanara also has a daughter who just turned 18. But pretend she's just somebody who waited 2 years later. Not 2 years and 3
Good
months.
night. Sleep well.
Please mute whoever that is. Sorry. Thank you. So Cecilia, her daughter, turned 18, I think 4 months ago. So now she's way down below because it's 2 years into Sanara's journey. She is now a sapphire. So that is $4,500 a month. My point of telling you that is if you're waiting for all the lights to turn green or just the right time, which is absolutely not life, or I got to think about it. Because if all I did was think, that's all I'd get done is thinking. I I am a fly by the seat of my pants, and it's what made me successful my whole life. If you're waiting, how many of you on here might wait 6 months when you could have started today and look where you'd be in the person who invited you's organization versus 2 years later? You could have been up there maybe now at Diamond Pay, right? Or Jade Pay. It's up to you. Okay, here's our Jeep program. If you are willing to drive a Jeep or you already have a Jeep that's 3 years old or less, or you can buy a used one that's 3 years old or less, or lease, you can get at the Jade level $350 a month towards that payment, and Pearl and above $500. So personal story, I hit Pearl my first month, so I was already at the Pearl. I built my husband into this. He's a Sapphire, and both my adult sons are Pearls. Everybody's at the $500 Jeep stipend. I had just bought, now this is going to sound materialistic, but just let me finish. The month before I started Trinant, my lease was up and I got a new Mercedes because I love Mercedes. That's just who I am. Well, I'll tell you, by the time all those months go by and you keep thinking every month you're not getting a Jeep stipend, I could be getting a Jeep stipend. So I talked to one of my friends who owns a Jeep dealership, and I'm going to tell you, we have a Jeep Summit now, and it has more bells and whistles than my Mercedes. And now we have $500 towards it. And I have a Trinant LLC, so it's actually part of the business. Next step, obviously, I forgot the trips. I skipped my my trip page. This is exciting. So my first month, I didn't even know you could win trips, and I already won a trip to Mexico. So I can remember seeing Tina, you're going to get so shy if you're on here. I remember seeing Tina, didn't know anybody. I'm a complete stranger. I'm literally 5 weeks old and I'm going to Mexico. And I'm like, that is the kindest, bubbliest, contagious lady I've ever seen. And so I don't know about all of you, whether you can afford trips or you can't, but you can qualify for up to 2 trips a year and everything's paid for. Obviously the plane, your food, your hotel, but you can't put a price tag on the camaraderie, the collaboration, and the people you meet. And never in my wildest dreams, I have a picture of her on the beach. Did I think in April of 2025, Tina Joy Carroll makes me cry, be one of my most special people in my whole life. You can't put a price tag on these trips. That's all I'll say. Okay. How do you start? Next step. There's 3 bundles. You can see them right here. Of course, I'm going to go to the Elite Builder Pack. And you know why? Do you know a lock on a Pella window probably costs more than that Elite Builder Pack? That Elite Builder Pack is what started my business in February of 23 and earned 6 figures for me. And it's a tax write-off. And it's all of the high impact products, the most reduced products, and you get your online store for the first year for free. Remember, I said we pay $1 million a year? They do all the advertising for you, all the search engine marketing, the search engine optimization, all the things you guys don't even know, some of you, what that means. You're getting it for free. After that, it's $99. You get a convention ticket. That's your college. Literally, we just had convention in 72 hours. I could have saved 5 years of college. It's crazy what you learn. So I love the Elite Builder Pack because it allows you to taste it all, experience it. There's little single packets in those pouches to give other people as samples. I love it. You absolutely can start with a builder pack or the starter pack. It's up to you. If you start with one of those 2, you do pay the $99 enrollment fee. So unlike, all you're getting for that $99 enrollment fee is obviously your beautiful online store. Okay. And then whatever products are in there, you can order a la carte over that. So I'm going to stop sharing for a sec. So that's really it. And I just want to tell all of you from my heart, and I've been in it almost 2 years and I still get super emotional. I am so grateful for this. I make plenty of money at Pella. It's beyond that. I've been able to help my children with honeymoons, with now down payment on a house, diapers. They've been able to earn extra money. The friends, the community. I don't know what you're looking for. Money is a great thing because it allows you to do more for others when you are able, when you're okay at home. There's so much about this, and it has made me better at Pella. I've learned skills I never would have, and Pella's helped me here, just like your jobs are going to. So I'm going to end with saying, please reach out to, if it was me who invited you to this, reach out to whoever invited you to this. Say thank you, because you don't know how I just don't know why you wouldn't want to try this. And reach out to them. And I just want to thank you all so, so much for your engagement, and have a great night.